After watching videos of the devastating situation in Afghanistan, a question crossed my mind. Is it even possible what these people were trying to do? According to US Federal Aviation Administration, from 1947 to February 2020, 128 people around the world attempted to stow away. And rather than hanging outside, these people chose to hide inside wheels well or cargo holds, yet most of them lost their lives. So the question is it really possible to hang on to a flying airplane? Is hiding in the wheel well going to save your life? And what are the chances that you can survive this adventure? You are watching Is It Possible? And this could happen to you if you hang on to a flying plane. Imagine that you somehow reach the tarmac without getting caught, and you climb onto the plane and find yourself a comfortable place while the plane is slowly moving towards the runway. Everything seems fine until the plane picks up the speed for takeoff, and that's when the real journey starts. Typically, the takeoff speed of jetliners is around 150 to 180 miles per hour. This airspeed is equal to a Category 5 hurricane. You sure you can hold on to that? Because this is just the beginning. As the flight reaches its cruising altitude, which is 31,000 to 35,000 feet, the speed of these long-distance commercial aircraft reaches up to 547 to 575 miles per hour. So, what will happen to your body at this speed? Well, in 1954, a US Air Force officer, Colonel John Paul Stapp, formed an experiment to test how much speed and G-forces human body can survive. He strapped himself with a rocket sled and reached the speed of 632 miles, almost equivalent to the speed you will be facing while hanging outside a flying jet. Stapp had some broken ribs, hemorrhages in the eye, shattered wrist, tailbone fracture, and hernia. Though he reached that speed in just 5 seconds and faced huge G-force, but this experiment was only few seconds long. But you, on the other hand, will face this situation for a couple of hours, and that would be brutal. This is the main reason that you cannot travel hanging outside a commercial plane which is traveling at its normal cruising speed and altitude. Hiding in the landing gear or wheel well can solve these problems? When this US military plane landed in Qatar on August 18, 2021, authorities found human remains in the wheels well during the inspection. Anyone who grabbed onto the landing gear and thought of climbing into that small chamber was brutally crushed either by the wheels or by the hydraulic arms. In fact, most of the people who tried to stow away in the plane died because of being crushed in the wheels well. Because when the landing gear is folded, there is not much space left in there. There could be some smaller gap or corner, but finding it in that situation, it is a lot harder than most people think. But even if you luckily found that corner, there are more problems yet to come. Because the altitude plane has reached, our bodies are not made for that. At the height of 31 or 38,000 feet above sea level, temperature can go almost negative 60 degrees centigrade or negative 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And the low atmospheric pressure and very low oxygen level will make it almost impossible to remain conscious. And when the plane comes for landing, the landing well door will open and you will fall out to your death. In fact, that happened to all those people who were lucky not to be crushed into the landing well. And even if everything failed to kill you by now, you will feel enormous pain in your body. Because of low atmospheric pressure, Nitrogen will begin to form in all the fluid inside the tissues of your body, and the sudden descent in the height will make these nitrogen bubbles burst all at once, which will cause extreme pain that holding on to a landing gear will be impossible. Next time you shake and open a soda bottle, remember that this will happen inside your body if you try clinging on to a flying plane. Mountaineers solve these altitude sickness problems by slower progression and give their body time to adapt, yet they need many gears to survive. And even if you somehow get access to baggage hold and hide in there, because this chamber has controlled air pressure like the passenger tube, yet you will face extreme cold temperature for many hours in the total darkness, and you might suffer with severe hypothermia or frostbite. And as soon as you reach your destination, authorities will arrest you and you will be fined or imprisoned, or worst, sent back where you came from, where authorities won't be happy with you. All these successful stowaways happened when the plane did not go to such extreme altitude, or in some cases, it was luck which kept them alive, yet they suffered a lot during their adventure. But being lucky, is it a real thing? Or is it every moment and every event already designed by the universe for us? We will consider this possibility in another. Is it possible?